Assalamu alaikum, welcome to ACT practice. Today we're going to do some question about functions. So let's start with the first question. We have g of x equal fourth root of 2x minus 3 plus 1. So in the function above, for what value of x is g of x? Remember, so which means they ask you for the domain of this function. So we have g of x is the fourth root of 2x minus 3 plus 1. So this is the same thing as this notation, but we use in radical notation. So when we have the exponent of the root is even, so the inside of the radical must be positive. If it's odd, it can be anything, negative or positive. This is why inside can be odd number if the exponent of the root is odd, but when it's even, the inside of the radical must be positive. So I said this expression greater than or equal to 0. And I solve for x. This will give me the domain of this function. So I add 3 both sides. 2x greater than 3. So I divide by 2. X is greater than 3 half. So C is my answer. Second question, here they give me a table of input and output of a function. So the table above show the value of the quadratic function f for several value of x. Which of the following best represent f? So here what I do, I start by substituting 0 in all those functions, see what's going to be my output. So we do in the process of elimination. So if I plug in 0 here, I will get 0. So, but I have 3 here, which means that this is not a function I'm looking for. If I substitute 0 here, I got 3. So this may be the function. If I substitute here, I got 3. Still, this may be the function. If I substitute here 0, I got minus 3, so this will not be my function. And if I substitute 0 here, I got 3, so this may be my function. Now I'm going to do the second test. I'm going to substitute 1 or minus 1 or 2, but 1 is easy because it's easy to evaluate. So when I substitute 1, I got 1 here plus 3 is 4, which is not 1, so this it's not the function I'm looking for. When I substitute 1 here, I got minus 1 plus 3 is 2, but here I have 1. So this is not my function. If I substitute 1 here, I got minus 2 plus 3, which is 1, and this will be my answer E. So here, so we have a graph of function f of x, and they say fk is equal to 2. So 2 is located here. This is 2. So any x between that point and that point may be maybe k. So I'm gonna look for x, which is between 3 and this is 2 and 1 point something here, like 1.9 for example. So I need to look for x between those two value 1.993. So here the only value between 1.9 and 3 is 2.5. So D is my answer. Next, so let the function h be defined by hx equal square root of x plus 2. If 3hv equals 18, then which value or which one of the following is the value of hv over 4? So let me define what is hv over 4 is square root of v over 4 plus 2, which means this is square root of v over square root of 4 plus 2, so which is equal to square root of v over 2 plus 2 if I make a common denominator. So this will be square root of v plus 4 over 2. Now I know that 3h of v is 3 times square root of v plus 2, so equal 18. So if I divide by 3 both sides, I got square root of v plus 2 equals x. If I minus 2 both sides. I got square root of v equal 4. I substitute square root of v here, so I got 4 plus 4 over 2, which is 8 over 2, which is 4. So the answer of hv over 4 is 4. Next question. So here they give me a parabola. So this is the vertex, which is at minus 1, 0, which means that x equal minus 1, y 0. So here what I do, I substitute 0, y by 0, and see if I get minus x equal minus 1. So this is the process of elimination. So when I substitute 0 here, I got 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 squared is 1, and minus, so it's going to be minus. So this work. If I substitute 0 here, I get minus times 0 is 0. So x is 0, which is not the case. So this is not our function. If I plug in 0 here, I got 0 plus 1 is 1. Here you should have minus 1. So this is not the case. If I substitute 0 here, I get 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So this will work for me. And if I substitute 0 here, I got 1 square, which is 1. And here I need to get minus 1. So here I have two choices. I need to choose which one is the right choice. So I have x equal minus y plus 1. And I have x equal y squared minus 1. So in order for me to find the right answer, I need to substitute my x here and solve for y and see which one gives me the answer 0 only. So I put minus 1 here equal minus y plus 1 square, and I put minus 1 equal y square minus 1. So here I divide by minus. So I got 1 equal y plus 1 square. Here I add my 1 both sides. I got 0 equal y square, so which means that y equals 0. So if I go further here, I will take the square root, but here I already have my answer. So x equal y squared minus 1. I'm going to do this to show you that this is not my my answer. So if I take the square root, I will have plus or minus 1 here. So it's going to be plus or minus 1 equal y plus 1. So here I will have y plus 1 equal 1 and y plus 1 equal minus 1. If I subtract 1 both sides, I got y equals 0. Or if I subtract 1, I got y equal minus 2. So here we have two y's for x equal minus 1, which is not the case in our graph because I have only 1 point. So here I should have 2 points. So this is why it's not my choice. Alright, so next question. So a pottery store owner determined that the revenue for sales of a particular item can be modeled by the function r. So this means my revenue is 50 square root of x minus 40, where x is the number of items sold. How many of the item must be sold to generate 110 revenue? That means I need to write down the revenue is 110, and I sold for x. So here I add 40 both side. So going to be 150 equal 50 square root of x divided by 50. So I got 3 equals square root of x, then square both side. So 9 will be my x and E is my choice. Next question. At time t, a projectile was fired upward from an initial height of 10 feet. That means at t equal 0, the height is 10. Its height after t second is given by the function. That means I will have ht after t second is given by this function p minus 10 q minus t square. Or I can write it down as this form, p minus 10 t minus q square. Why? Because we have square here. If you switch position, it's like I'm taking minus as common factor, then minus with the squares become positive. So these two functions are the same. So this type of function is called the vertex form of a quadratic function where the vertex is QP. So this is my vertex for that function. And the vertex, in fact, is the high, or either the maximum point or the minimum point. So this is the vertex. That's mean I'm talking about PQ or PQ, depend on this, on the type of function. In our case, we have that type of function because the coefficient here of the square is, of the expression in square is negative. So we will have this type of graph. Now, where P and Q are positive constant, if the projection reach a maximum height of 100 feet, so that means the maximum height of 100 feet when t equal 3. That means when t equal 3, the height is 100. So here we flip the point. So here it should be QP. So when Q is 3, P is 100. So this is again my vertex. I need to substitute this here. So my function will be 100 minus 10 t minus 3 cube. You see the vertex give me the value of those two number. Now they want to know what's the height of the projectile at t equal 4. So I just need to find out h of 4, which is 100 minus 10 times 4 minus 3 square. I don't know why I put cube here. So here this is going to be 100 minus 10, 1 square is 1, so which is 90 feet. So E is my solution. Next question. So here we have a graph and they give me y equal a minus x squared. So a is that point. So if the square ABC intersects, this is a square, which means all the sides are equal at the point AB, and the area of the square is 16. So if the area is 16, that means each side is equal to 4. That means this is equal to 4, this is equal to 4. And because this is an axis of symmetry, so this is will be 2 and this is 2. So that means this value here is 2. This one is negative 2 because this one is 0. So we know that at x equal 2, you see the value here is 4. So when x equal 2, so y equal 4. So what I do here, I substitute those value into the function. So 4 equal a minus 2 square. 4 equal a minus 4. So add 4 both sides. A will be 8 and 8 is d. So I hope you got the idea how to solve this type of questions. So please, if you have any comment about the lesson or the presentation, do so. It will help me improve my way of teaching. So thank you for watching the video and Assalamu alaikum.